When reviewing a racing simulator like Forza Motorsport 4, it's difficult not to slip into the kind of hyperbolic, metaphorical language espoused by Jeremy Clarkson from that permed bushel that passes for his head. It's difficult because, as the craggy Cotswoldian himself might say, Forza 4 is like a spreadsheet made of tigers. Incredibly nerdy, but full of excitement. In 6 short years, the Forza Motorsport series has gone from new kid on the block to top dog of the racing scene. Forza 4 is the culmination of those years of work, and it really shows. While there may only have been a gradual growth in terms of gameplay, developers Turn 10 have rammed the garage to the rafters with the greatest cars from over 80 different manufacturers. So if you're a fan of American muscle cars, you can drive Fords, Dodges and Chevrolets. The choice is like this across the board. So whatever your tyre-spinning tipple, it's catered for. Similarly, the number of tracks has been swollen and tweaked, offering completely new tarmac to tear up and adjusted routes for favourite real-world racecourses. The foundation of Forza 4's gameplay is the incredibly robust career mode. It starts slow, easing you into races, championships and the Top Gear-inspired special events with low-level cars. The training wheels quickly come off, though, as you start levelling up, winning yourself prize cars and earning the bigger bucks in the higher-spec events. The curve is pitched just right thanks to a generous reward system that nets you credits for manufacturer affinity and massive discounts for upgrade parts. The lack of grind will be a welcome relief when you realise that scratching the surface of the career mode is like taking on an armoured hippo with a toothpick. 5 hours play equals a paltry 1.5% completion. Blimey. Forza also sports some pretty deep customization options. This covers the obvious tune-ups and paint jobs that are a big focus of the online car clubs, but it also extends to the way you want to play. Like most modern racers, Forza has a full set of driving aids. At the lowest level, with braking assistance and racing lines on, it's easy enough that a dog with coordination issues could do a lap. But with this much help, the game's got all the excitement of a model railway. It truly comes into its own with driving aids off. The cars lurch and slide with a staggering realism. Away from racing, Forza also includes Auto Vista, which is perhaps the most voyeuristic thing since Rear Window. It's basically a virtual car showroom that allows you to get up close and personal with a fine selection of dream cars. While poking your nose around a DeLorean may feel a bit like staring intently at a stainless steel toaster, slightly odd, Auto Vista is packed with choice factoids that car buffs will get a kick out of. Clicking the info icons will set off a reel of overtly pornographic shots, while Clarkson's dulcet tones mangle metaphors all over the top. It's gorgeous and factually entertaining, but once you've unlocked all the cars by completing the challenges, it's got a severely limited shelf life. The biggest bounds in Forza 4 have been made in the visual department. It's a true showpiece for Microsoft's Magic Box. The cars are beautifully realised, gleaming and shining as they take the start line, then scratching and deforming as they jostle for position. Right at the top, the game makes a statement of intent in graphical fidelity with a looping race through the Alps, winding through narrow passages as misted peaks rise in the background and crystal ponds reflect off the chassis of your Ferrari is an utterly unforgettable opening salvo. The other much-touted feature of Forza Motorsport 4 is the integration of Kinect functionality. Racers are fully assisted with you just manning the steering wheel. It's a little unpredictable and jars with the overall control you get elsewhere, but the head tracking works perfectly, allowing you to see the apex of a corner and your rivals at your sides. In Alta Vista, you have to physically move around the car showroom. It lacks grace, so you'll be prancing around like a klutz next to a £1 million car. Brilliant. With astounding graphics, staggering depth and more options than your local takeaway, Forza Motorsport 4 is quite simply a must-buy for car enthusiasts. Even for those who don't get flustered by a flappy paddle gearbox, it's well worth a look, because as Clarkson himself might say, it's the best driving sim in the world.